since Linda gave you a little time, I'm kind of off the subject a little bit. Can you go talk a little bit about number 2 component of financial momentum, capital?
Oh yeah, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
But I'm only about halfway to my presentation, so I can't spend that much more time with it. So I'm already over time. All right, so this is what it looked like in your phone, 86677 SBREIA, your first name, and then your email address, okay? All right, let me keep going here. For more design stuff, everybody wants to know how do you design, what do you use, what type of materials you use. Here's the thing, this is our website, financialmomentum.com. If you go right here on our website, there's a thing that says case studies right here. You click on that button, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And inside here are videos, before and after videos of all the different houses that we do. They're constantly being updated because we put a house on the market 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. We put a house on the market, and so they're constantly putting more product on this website so you can see before and after pictures of these properties, right? All right. Step 2, creating capital. Here's the four pipelines that we talked about, right? You got to find the deal, fund the deal, fix the deal, and flip the deal. I'll try to spend a little bit of time here. If you have a specific question, let me know. We covered a little bit of repairs and upgrades. Okay, I literally spend 2 full days just teaching this one concept here. But what you put in the property is really priceless for your property. Most investors, they come to the property and they come to the rehab timeline or the rehab process of it, they immediately start cutting their budget as much as possible. They think, well, if I don't spend this, I'm going to save this, so I'll make more profit on the back end. But you also have to look at what they call sellability factor, okay? Meaning how fast you're going to sell your property, okay? Because that is value as much as what you put inside the property, okay? If I had to put my property on the market and it sat for 4 more months on the property because I didn't do the right rehab, and in those 4 months, what do I do with my property? Lower my price, right? It keeps dropping because no one's buying it. So if no one's buying your property, you only have one other option. What's your next option? Start lowering the price until someone buys your property from you, okay? So what you put in the property is literally absolutely priceless. I can talk literally days about this one component here. All right, find it, finding more deals, and then you can handle how in the world do I find 80 to 100 deals a year in my area. We teach about 2 days on just how we find the deals in our area. Funding it, where do we get the money to do that? I told you guys we teach a concept on credibility package and how to find it and where do I go. I'll put it this way. If you want to eat Chinese food tonight, where would you go? Chinese restaurant, Chinatown, right? You go to a Chinese restaurant. Would you go to McDonald's to eat Chinese food? No. Okay. So if you're in this room as a rehabber and you need money, would it be wise for you to go to a rehabber's convention?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe for knowledge, but for money, no. Probably not, right? Because you're going to be in a room with 100 or 200, how many investors who are all rehabbers. And what do all rehabbers need? Money. Okay, so you're one of 200 in the room that all need the same thing. So where did I go when I needed money? Anybody know? Tijuana. No. I went to a private lenders convention. Because guess who's at a private lender convention?
Private lenders.
Private lenders. And guess what private lenders do? And money, right? And guess how many rehabbers were there? Me. Okay? So I'm in a room with 200 lenders. Now my odds immediately went to my favor. Very, very quickly. Right? Quickly, I'm going to cover this point just because it is very, very valuable. I started going to private lenders conventions. It's only one-day conventions they have. Then I started running a booth. Because I used to just go to them and attend them and try to work the crowd and find somebody. Then I started, screw this, I went and got a booth, right? I said this little booth, tablecloths, everything else. Because what happened when I set up a booth? Anybody know? People started coming to me, right? And they would come into my booth, right? And they say, hey, now here's the important part. Where am I at this booth? I'm behind the table. Which means that technically I'm in charge right now, right? Just by the nature of the business, right? And they're on that side, and there's a line of people coming behind them, right? So now I'm in control of this conversation, and they come up to me and say, Samuel, you say, hey, what does financial momentum do? And I say, hey, I'm glad you asked. We actually buy, fix, and sell single-family homes in about a 4 to 6 month period. And Samuel says, the lender says, no shit, I lend money to people like you. And I say, what, are you serious? Oh my God! Okay? I'm not lying to tell you this. I walked out of millions and millions and millions of dollars by that concept right there. Okay? And we teach a whole concept of how it works, the process. But I'll tell you the conventions I go to, because you'll see me there again, making more fun. But funding deals is really, really simple once you figure out the system. And remember, don't go to McDonald's if you want Chinese food. Don't go to a rehab convention if you want money. Go to a vendors convention. That's where the money's at. Flipping it is really how you brand yourself. This is probably the biggest reason how I grew my business, because I branded what I did. In my area, I'm not known as a rehabber. Okay? If I'm known as a rehabber, what does that do to me? It crushes my offers. Because the buyer then says, oh, this is a rehabber. He must be making $100,000 on his property. Screw him. I'm going to put an offer in at $45,000 below what he's asking for.
Right.
Now, for all he knows, I'm upside down $20,000. But in his mind, I'm making $1 million. Okay? So I stopped being known as a rehab, and I'm started being known as Ann Lee Interiors. Okay? So I'm a design company. So anytime you see we have signs in our yard that says another custom designed home by Ann Lee Interiors. When you go to our MLS, it says, the first thing it says is a custom designed home by Ann Lee Interiors. Does it say a fully renovated home?
No.
Because what does fully renovated home mean?
Rehab.
I'm a rehabber. Shoot me whatever you want. I'll see if I can make it work. Okay? I don't do anything like that. I don't say completely gutted or completely redone. I don't do any of that. I'm a custom designer in my area. And in that, guess what happens to the agents, the buyer's agents? They started following me. Because what does every buyer agent want? Frank, if you're an agent, what does every buyer's agent want? Commissions. They want commissions, right? I want to sell this guy. You want to sell my property, right? Now, you don't want to take him to 50 properties, you want to take him to one house. You want to take it to one house because what does that do for your time? It increases your time so you can make more money, right? So guess what agents started doing once they realized that we provided a custom designed home that their buyers would love? They started bringing their buyers to our properties first. They would then wait for our properties to hit the market because they knew as soon as my houses and Lee's hit the market, it was a beautifully done property, start to finish. And their buyers would buy the property. Okay? So branding is extremely important in your business model, how you brand yourself. I got to keep moving here. I'm almost done. You go to our Facebook page, you go to Financial Mo Facebook page every single day, 2 or 3 times a day. Our project manager throws different stuff that we use, product that we just installed. He puts a SKU number, wherever you got it from, what store you got it from, how much you paid for it. They'll throw different things inside of Facebook that you can get for free if you want to follow us on Facebook. All right, last step here is cash flow. Understand this is really quick. I'm going to teach a lot about cash flow except for this main component. It is always the end game. Why do I buy, fix, and sell properties? Cash flow. Because I buy cash flow. The first time, if you look back to the beginning of the story, when I bought, fix, and sold properties, what did I do with that buy, fix, and sell profit? I ate it, basically, right? I went on vacations, I went and got Range Rover, I did all the fun things in life. I did not take that money and invest that money. So now the model that I use is this buy, fix, and sell is nothing more than an engine that produces an insane amount of money at this point. And as that profit comes in, I come over here and do real investing, and I buy free and clear properties. Now, I only invest free and clear. Not saying you have to. It's just what I do because I hate leverage, but I got screwed on it for that. Okay? So, that's an engine, and that's all it is. That pays for this right here. So the more I do there, the more I make here. Does it make sense? And now these two have become engines in my life that produce at a very high rate of speed. And both engines now create cash flow for me, right? Let me keep moving here. So let's talk about cash flow real quick. I think there's just 2 slides here. When it comes to cash flow, you have to answer this question. Are you going to buy all cash rentals or are you going to leverage your cash? Well, probably for you guys, you're not going to buy all cash because it may be $400,000 for rental property. However, you still have to answer this question because some of you may have to buy out of state. So are you going to buy all cash or are you going to leverage? Both are good. Okay? I'm not against either one. Both have tremendous upsides to them. I'm going to show you a couple of questions you have to answer for yourself. 4 questions you must answer to ask that question. Number 1 is your area, meaning in your area, do I even have the opportunity to buy all cash rentals? If in your area you don't, well, that may answer the question for you. I can't buy all cash rentals. Number 2, and probably the most important thing, is what is your risk tolerance? Okay? Because when it comes to leverage, what I can tell you is that on, what are we in July right now? Is it 31 days in July? Okay, so if I got a best friend of mine who has got about 32 rental properties all leveraged out, that he makes, $200 a month cash flow on. Excuse me, I think you did put some Bach in that. Now, there's nothing wrong with that concept, but what that means is, on July 31st, guess who's not sleeping very well? Him. Because the next day, guess what's due? About $31,000 in mortgages that he has due, whatever it is, right? And if you know anything about rental business, do all tenants pay on the first every month like clockwork?
Oh, yeah.
No, hell no, it doesn't exist. If someone stands and tells you it does, they're walk out of the room for the lying. It's not how the world exists. So you just got to be careful. What is your risk tolerance? What are you willing to go to bed with and understand that I am responsible for this? Meaning that I have about 43 I have 43 rental properties right now. Of those 43 rental properties, all free and clear. And of those 43 rental properties on July 31st, will I sleep fine at night?
Yep.
Yeah. If they don't pay, do I lose a little bit of cash flow? Yeah. But do I have to go pay someone else's mortgage for them? No. That makes sense? Also, because it's one point, appreciation, this would apply really, really well for you guys here in California, is appreciation because it is going back up again. So when it comes to leverage, if you can appreciate, which you can ride that wave of appreciation, it's just something to keep inside of your mind as you try and make your decision. Lastly is UDFI, which is a little higher level of unrelated debt financed income. I'm talking about if you borrow inside of your 401ks or Roth IRAs, you still have to pay taxes on that. It's called UDFIs, okay? Other thing to ask yourself this question though. If I was looking at buying rental property in any state in America, okay, do you know the very first question I'd ask myself? When it comes to buying any rental property anywhere in America, the number one question I'd ask myself. Is that state, that'd be number 2.
Friendly.
Is that state landlord friendly?
There you go.
Because if it is not landlord friendly, if it was me, I would walk away from it.
That's right.
And I would invest cash flow in landlord friendly states. In the great state of Indiana, it takes me 14 days to evict someone. Start to finish. On day 15, the sheriff's there. Okay? It cost me $450 to do an eviction through an attorney. I've never lost one eviction I've ever had to do. Most of them never go to eviction because guess who also knows the tenant laws in those states? The tenants know the laws. Okay? Yes, sir. Question?
Are you going to touch on rental properties, the lease option?
I don't teach on that just because I don't do that piece of it. It is a great, especially in I think Scott will probably maybe touch a little bit of that. But I know in Texas they do a lot of the lease option or the wraparound loans they do as well.
Well, you can do a lot of owner finance and stuff like that. Lease options are different by state. Like in Texas, we used to do a lot of it, but then they changed the laws down where they reduced it, where you can only do a lease option for 180 days total.
I don't do the lease option. Not that I'm against them, okay? It's just not in my business model. Again, at the beginning I told you what I was teaching was I only teach what I do. Okay, there's many. That's a great way to do rental properties, but I only teach what I do because I'm very knowledgeable in what I do. If I try to teach on lease options, which I understand, it wouldn't be fair because I don't do it. I didn't even learn that from a lease option person.
When you get done with this section here, can you go over a little bit you mentioned your business model, maybe a little bit of an
Yeah.
overview of your business plan?
Yeah, I can try to come at it just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So this is a question you have to ask yourself. But the number one thing is always go back to what's the eviction rate? What's the laws in this state? What are the landlord laws versus the tenant laws? Okay. Last thing on cash flow, and then I'll do a little bit of other teaching. We can ask them some questions if you want to. There's 4 things that we teach under cash flow: ratings, rehab, residence, and risk. All my rental properties. Just last month I bought 131 rental properties for investors and myself. All of them are based off of these 4 concepts right here: ratings, rehab, residence, and risk. Go through them quickly. I'm not going to teach anything, but I'll show them what they are. Ratings is defining A, B, and C properties. This is an important one. Everybody thinks there's just A, B, and C properties. You might know what I'm talking about when I say A, B, and C types of properties. Okay, you say, and a lot of times they'll say, well, this is a B-level property, so you should only invest in B-level areas. Okay, let me tell you something about real estate. Go back to school for a second. Grade school, whatever you want to say. When you were in school, was there only A, B, and C's? Forget D's and F's. Was there only A, B, and C's? Or could you make an A plus and an A minus? And a B plus and a B minus, right? Same concept applies to real estate. There's not just clear defined as A properties and B properties. There are what they call B plus properties and B minus. Now here's a trick. A lot of times people will sell you a house that they say is a B property, and in theory it is. But what is it really? It's a B minus property. And they're selling it at B plus prices, right? There's a whole other discussion in level there. But just understand, when it comes to properties, there's A plus, B minus, and so forth, all right? Rehab. Cutting corners always cuts your properties when it comes to rehab. Quickly, I would say this. When I buy a rental property, someone said the second question I ask myself is, where's my cash flow? So when I buy a rental property, am I asking myself, well, what am I going to make on this property and sell it in 4 years? Do I ask myself that question when it comes to a rental property? Me? No, I don't. I say, what is my cash flow? Okay. If I want to make appreciation, this is my business model, so we're talking about. My business model says I play the appreciation game, forced appreciation in this model, which is buy, fix, and sell. I buy in what I call A minus to B plus areas because the depreciation is going up on them. I can force equity inside of them. I can flip this property. Do I ever take a buy, fix, and sell and then say, oh crap, it didn't work out, let me go turn this into a rental property? No. Because I buy in areas that sell, I buy, fix, and sell in these houses, okay? And when I come down here and I play the rental game, and let me explain this, these are 2 different games. They're played by 2 different sets of rules, okay? This is like just to go to sports, this is like a tennis match, right? And you have tennis shoes, and you have a racket, and you have short shorts, and you have headbands, okay? And over here in the flip game is like a hockey arena, right? You have ice, and you have ice skates, and you have sticks and pads, okay? Now if I showed up to play on a tennis court, and ice skates, a stick, and pads, would I be very successful on a tennis match? No. Same sort of concept applies when it comes to investing. When you play this game called buy, fix, and sell, it's played by a certain set of rules that you have to abide by. And when you don't abide by these rules is where you get caught as an investor at. And when you play the rental game, you play by a different set of rules. And when you try to combine these two is where problems happen for the investors. Okay? Two different games, two different sets of rules. All right, let me keep moving here. Residents, the primary success factor of any rental house is always going to be your residents. Let me go back up here. The pictures that I showed you was the buy, fix, and sell rehab. Okay? I do not do that type of rehab inside of a rental property. Okay? Those are two different types of rehabs that I do with each other. Okay? Where do I use 57-cent ceramic tile from Home Depot at? On my rental properties. Do I put linoleum or peeling sticks or anything like that in my rentals? No, because long term, I'm losing money, guarantee you. Okay? I don't even put carpet in my rental properties. How about that one? I only put hardwood floors in rental properties. Why? Well, run the numbers on it, okay? It didn't take you very long before that catches up and you're making money even faster by doing that, okay? Because your biggest expense is vacancies, and then what's your second biggest expense of rental properties? Repairs and maintenance, right? So I always do a good rehab on my rental properties. But my mindset, my business model says, when I buy this rental property, I'm buying it for 30 years now, not in 2 years, not 3 years. I'm buying it 30 years. So in 30 years, if I have that type of mindset and strategy in my business model, then I can rehab accordingly to that model. Versus most investors have no idea what their strategy is, so they have no idea how to rehab this property. So they say, well, let's just see what happens. Let's caulk and paint and see what happens, okay? Welcome to that world. That's going to suck in a couple of years for you, all right? Let me keep moving. Risk, managing the downside of all rental properties. 10 major risks that you have. 6 you can mitigate against. 4 you have to manage, but there's risk in rental properties all the time, every time. Just understand what the 10 risk factors are and how to mitigate or manage against those rental properties. Okay, that's enough on rental properties. Let me go through this, and then what I'll do is I'll do a Q&A. Rebecca, you pass the sheets out real quick. What I'll do is I'll finish this up, and then during the lunch, if it's okay, I'll just stay here and do a Q&A. They can leave if you want to leave. You can leave, and then I'll do a Q&A as soon as that's over, and you guys can ask any questions you want to. Hey, Scott?
Yes.
Would you mind jumping in and helping Rebecca real quick, pass those out?
Sure.
Thank you, bud. Okay. So here's, we travel and teach. Of course, we have an event, so why we're here is what we're selling today, okay? So he'll pass these out to these forms. I'll show you what it is and how it works. Thank you, Linda. He'll pass these out. I'm going to go through it while you get it. Here's the course. It's 3 different components here. You have the audio coaching program, which is a 6-disc CD series, and a fill-in-the-blank study guide that follows through 6 hours worth of change, capital, and cash flow. Everything that we have here today is built off of change, capital, and cash flow. It's the change, which is the business mindset and the model inside of the change. The capital is the buy, fix, and sell, creating the capital to then create the cash flow, okay? And any of this stuff you can buy online if you want to. You can buy it individually as well if you want to online. We have an entire online store here. But the $299 audio coaching program. The next thing is the Change Capital Cash Flow. The 12-disc CD series, which is strictly Change Capital Cash Flow that we have here. And then lastly is the DVD set. On the bottom here is 7 hours with it. Oh, I'm sorry, this is 27 hours with our 4-day event DVD coaching program or live event program that you have. You can buy these individually if you want. It's $11.97 to buy those. On the back, if you flip it over, just see the back page here. Along with that, we have a 4-day event that we have. We have a day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 at the top. Day 1 is about the business model. Is us helping you divide your business plan. We go over a small business plan. We go over how to run it as a business. We go through organization and motivation, and you making sure you're on the right path individually for yourself. On day 1, on day 2, we do the buy, fix, and sell. We teach you how to buy, fix, sell properties like we do, how we do. We teach you where we find the properties, how we find the properties, teach you how to fund the properties. We bring our private investors there. We give the opportunity to meet with our private investors. They're not hard money lenders. They are private investors. I mean, they don't have institutionalized money. They're personal money they lend out to our students. Day 3 is a bus tour. We take you actually to our job sites now. We have a 21-man construction company. They're there at the job site. At all of our events, we fly in or bring in our construction manager, our project manager. We bring in our vice president of operations up there. We bring in our acquisition manager. And so you're able to network with all these people. The people are literally doing each phase, and then we break up into segments. So you can go one-on-one with the acquisition manager. What are the 7 things you look for every time you look for a property? There's all kinds of sheets and forms that we use as well that we give you. 4 different events coming up. The DC event we just did in June. We have Chicago, September, Orlando, and then San Diego in December. It is online. Oh, the 4th day, I'm sorry, is all about cash flow. We teach you how to do the cash flow inside of the business. The training there is $9.95 for the event if you want to go to the event. And so that totals out to be $2,192. Now, how many people here knew that I'm not going to sell it for that amount of price? Holy shit! You guys know that. Here's the price, $14.95. It includes both. Okay, so you get the entire home study course, which is all the CDs, the DVDs, the 18 different CD courses, 3 different books. You get that, plus you get the live event. You can come to any live event you want to. You do not, once you're in, you can come to any one you want to. You don't have to pick right now. Any event we have, you're more welcome to come to. That price is $14.95. The next event is September 12th through the 15th. But here's what I thought. Instead of me telling you about it, how about you see what people just like you have said about our event. It's about a 1 minute, 1.5 minute video. I'll show you what people say about our event. I'm just joking. I wasn't going to show you. Is that on, Linda?
It should be,
Dan?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we tested it. You plugged it in.
Here we go.
It's not playing. Yeah, it's not playing. There's no sound on it. Okay, anyways, the base of the video says that Andrew Kroll's a badass. That his event is a badass event. It's absolutely incredible. That you should definitely attend it.
Andrew, I've been 20 years. I learned so much in 4 days that I spent up here. I mean, it blew me away, honestly.
The training is excellent. I've been to a lot of real estate trainings, trained by gurus in the years past, and this is the most hands-on, valuable information that I've ever gotten out of a real estate training class.
But when they take you out to the property and you do the bus tour, and you walk into the finished property and you can't help but say, wow.
And it's really inspiring to see something like this in action, to get some ideas about how it's actually gone, what actually works and what doesn't. And just to see the system working is awesome. So learning how the system works is what an investor needs to focus on, and this is perfect for that.
My name is Andrew Waite. I'm the publisher of Personal Real Estate Investor magazine, and I'm happy to recommend that you all talk to Andrew and take a look at Financial Momentum Club, because what they're doing is delivering some systems and some process to help make real estate investors successful.
I've learned so many things, I've asked so many questions, and I actually feel way prepared and educated to get out here and make this a success.
I know the value of an education. I know the cost of the lack of an education. Ask me. I know. I've paid.
I have paid thousands of dollars to other gurus in the business. The other events I've been to do not nearly give you the information he gives, but a systematic approach, giving the documents that he uses to do rehabs himself.
I told Andrew that he's a geniac. He's a combination crazy genius.
It's fantastic. He covers every detail. Everything's organized and laid out from beginning to end. Even if you've never done a house before, you'll be able to do it once you leave this event. Get in, make money, flip houses. It's the place to do it. Financial Momentum.
Wow, right? $14.95. Here we go. Here's our money back guarantee, because I offer something that no one that I know in this entire business offers you. Everybody knows I offers 100% money back guarantee, which I will. You can buy a product, and you can buy our event, you can buy a course for 30 days. If you don't like it, you can return it, and we'll give you a 100% money back guarantee after 30 days. Here's where I separate myself from all the gurus. I will give you a 200% money back guarantee. Meaning that if you buy our product, you come to our event, at the end of the event, you say, Andrew, you did not deliver. You have under-promised and or you have over-promised and under-delivered. We came to your event and we thought it was crap. We didn't learn anything. You lied to us, okay? Then, I will not only refund 100% of your money, I will refund double all your money that you paid for our event, okay? So I stand what we teach, and I stand behind it because I do it. It works. I know that it works. My family does it. Everybody, the students that we do it. I just showed you like 10 different referrals. I can show you 100 different referrals. I'll offer you a 100% money back guarantee and a 200% money back guarantee on all of our product. Lastly, again, you get the Change Capital Cash Flow Home Study Course, which is here. We have those in the back set up for you. And you get the ticket to a live event for $7.95. That's our price, $7.95. So today, you can buy it, one ticket, home study course, plus the 4-day boot camp for $795. If you want to sign up, you can talk with Rebecca in the back. I'm going to do a quick Q&A here. If you want to step out for lunch, be my guest. For $795 with a 200% money back guarantee on it. I'll put my name behind that one. Find me a better course anywhere in America. All right, let's do Q&A. Or feel free to leave as well. It's lunchtime. And someone bring me some food, my God.
I just want to say that we need to be back here by 1:30. So you've got about a half hour, maybe a little bit more. But do stay if you like, or grab a sandwich downstairs and come on back up and talk to them.
Downstairs, so don't leave. Stay right here because there's plenty of food downstairs, and we have some wonderful speakers lined up after lunch. So please go grab a bite if you must, or if not, stay here. I'm going to stay here.
I'm also going to
Andrew
start
will be
strip
here.
dancing in just a second.
Hey, okay.